Rookies, what is happening? We have begun the carnage before the first bounce even started this week. I'm not sure if you've been paying attention to the team sheets, but it's already chaos. We're just going to quickly go through. Now, obviously, we're one game in, Thursday night, Melbourne versus Carlton. Carlton only won by 1 point, had a 6-0 start, which was absolutely crazy. There's really no real big players to talk about outside of Walsh, who played really well. Bripps played well. Kerno played well, so that's good to see for a forward option. I think the best highlight from Melbourne is just Petrarca, who managed to pull together, a 134 after going back-to-back sub-tons. Varney did good. Gawn is somehow managing to save his ass and still ton up in the last quarter. So, here's what it is. Howes, 54, pretty expected. He'll be gone next week. And someone we didn't really talk about bringing in all too much, along with some value, is Oliver. We brought in Clarry. After seeing some team sheets last night and being on the live stream with Centre Bounce Boys, I kind of decided that I wanted to go for value instead of paying top dollar. And also move some dead rooks to keep some cash gen flowing. So our trades for this week are Robert Sedale, Graham to Clarry, and Biggie to Jones. Now, I could be going early on the trade to Biggie, could be a waste of a trade. However, this is 2 weeks back to back with no Biggie. Pink was dropped. So you'd imagine that we just have a quick look. So we all know that game. We'll get to that game in a minute. But we've got Phillips, Lazaro, and Greenwood in. Sikim's out injured. Toby Pink's omitted. Dersma omitted. So you would hope that with Pink going back out, there might be room for Biggie to come back in. Not happening. So I really can't afford another dead rook because we've already got Livingston and Maynard and Hoare. That's all I want. I don't want any other dead rooks or anything else. So I decided to flip one. We're also going to be trying to, once the buy rounds come in, we're going to be flipping Maynard to an easy, cheap rook as well, hopefully. So we just need to get value in, get some cash gen in, and kind of be a little bit more smart. But starting out again, there's a few things to quickly go through. The Melbourne game's done. That was actually a really good game to watch. Very entertaining. Geelong, we've got Bowers out being managed. Obviously, Tanner is being managed as well because he's now been injured. So see how long he's out for until he's being managed. Port is interesting. So we got no Sweet, no Rose, no Burgoyne. Sweet could not get over the sickness that he came down with, which is trash. But we've still got, who are the main ones? Stewie's at halfback, which is nice. Sam and fullback. Cameron playing half, so he might be creeping up the field a bit more, not playing the full forward. Yeah, that's fine. Who we got for Port? So hoping with no Rosie that we get our boy, our man, Zach Butters, to come in and score big for us. So hopefully, we can get Zach to put up a big score, which would be nice. He's just going to absolutely smash the non-primo midfielder Geelong. So really, the only real talking points here are Butters is going to do good. Houston at halfback, which worries me because we needed to take more kickouts, but that's fine. Horn Francis. Yeah, so Horn Francis. Yeah, I think he might be able to do something this game. He might be able to do something, but he will be coming up against Stewart if he tries to move forward a bit more. So we'll see what happens. Fremantle, Sydney. Voss is back in, which is nice. Darcy's out and Simpson has been omitted. This is quite good for us, being a Jackson owner who has to swing him into R2 this week. I think Jackson can be a slightly better matchup against Grundy, potentially. We'll obviously see. I don't think Jackson's in great form by any means, and clearly Grundy can smash out some high points. But we're not at the Sydney Cricket Ground now, so who knows how Grundy will go. He's usually a bit of a roller coaster, so wouldn't be surprised if we saw a sub-ton from Grundy this week against Jackson. But hopefully having Jackson cover our R2 works out in our favour this week. Doesn't mean we have to field a rookie though. But other points of discussion, Fife is, so we've got Ryan in at halfback. Draper, if you're still holding Draper's good. Young, if you still got Young or brought him in. Yep, Fife has got strong time with Sarong. So this is good. I'm still considering Fife as a forward option. He's obviously got that low score in his system that we can kind of keep in mind when looking at doing some upgrades or trying to get some value in. So keep that in mind. Sarong, amazing. And yeah, Voss is in. For Sydney, outside of Heaney and Grundy, we've got Roberts on the interchange. Yeah, I think most people are ditching Roberts. He 100% could be better and could get, reset his cash gen, but I think it's just we're at that point in upgrade season where you can just easily get into a Primo now. So why? James Jordan just quietly has been playing quite well. Had the tag last week on Whitfield, which was good. He's just doing some really good stuff. Goulden, one to keep an eye on. He's not doing anything crazy, but keep an eye on at least. Hawks and Saints. Let's have a look. Nothing too crazy. We got Malura's 50th game, which is nice. For those who are holding Massimo, hopefully, you might be trading him back out back into your team this week, given the team sheets. I think Joel Moore's been brought in a fair bit, and seeing him have this mid-time is actually really good. So seeing him at center, I think that's all good. I think that's really, really a good signs that he's going to get some more CBA tenancies and pretty much help boost up those points and really concrete a role there, which is nice. Saints, we got Steele, which is good. Marshall, we got Hugo on interchange, which is okay for us because I think we're having to field him. No, we can loop him if we want. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to see how he goes. Jack Hayes is one to watch for a rookie, pretty much rookie, but a rookie in the forward nonetheless. Good old Darcy Wilson, who's turned out last week. Hopefully he does a very, very similar game. And also want to keep an eye on too is Jackson Clare. I'm not worried about. I'm not going to keep too much eyes on Malira. I think I'm going to focus on Sinclair if there's any trade targets for this team. So we'll keep that nice and simple. I think the only real interesting part about this is that Pete Ling was omitted. He was looking okay. Obviously, Brown got suspended. They're starting Green on the bench, which I think is just a precautionary thing. And then we got Cadman starting at halfback if you're still holding him. Whitfield half forward. And then you got halfback at Whitfield. And then we're looking at our boy Dusty Jones. We're hoping he pops off again. He's averaged around the 70s, so we're hoping he can do the same because at least that's a decent on-field score for a rookie against Sydney Essendon. So see how we go. We'll see how we go. I think this is the one that's going to screw people over the most. Is if you had Naismith trying to cover a sweet spot, you could be copping a donut, or you might be having to really, really adjust some trade plans. But otherwise, I think some people to watch through this. English, I think he's last this week on next week. I think it's you kind of try to get him in, or you kind of wait a little bit. You got Richards playing up mid, which is good for Dale, who we just brought in. I just wanted to see a bit more of a role confirmation of Dale before, and obviously I think looking at Stewart, his price is going to go down next week, so we still have our means to get Stewart next week and kind of wait for Ryan to come down, and then we can swing Martin up to the midfield potentially, or just make some adjustments there. But Bailey Dale, brought him in. Let's hope he plays well. They got Richmond. I think Bulldogs need to have a big game. They need to at this point. And the debutant is actually starting centre, so that's crazy. Obviously, you got Libber out. Buku Karmas is out too, which I know Joe from Centre Mounts is very, very unhappy about. English, Bond. I think Bond's a very safe captaincy option. I know I'll be doing that. I had VC on Oliver, expecting him to pop off. I just got to risk it. VC can get a bit risky, especially when we've got a really safe option in Bond captain. So that is Darcy, who we've kept this week. We've tried to keep all our cash gen rookies, but when we have a quick look at the team and the trades, you'll see what happens. Now this is the one that has done everyone under. Amazing. We've got Sexton in. Sexton is back, and he's playing halfback. So this is great. This is really good for us. He can start jetting up some cash again. Colossi at centre, which is good. Jake Rogers in at half forward. Amazing. Got Took there as well. Now, the one that is doing everyone under is Graham has been dropped. So my original plan was to trade out Howes to make these trades work. However, Graham being dropped, I want rooks that are playing. And there's like 20k either other, like 10k either other side of the trade options I was looking at doing to pretty much go 2 rooks to 2 primos, value primos, mind you, but still you're trying to get rooks off field. So Graham ended up being in our trade plans by the end of it. Again, Toby Pink gone. The only real other people here to talk about is we've got Matt Rao, Hook, Flanders. These 3 need to have massive games. Absolutely massive games. And then you got Noah Anderson playing the follow. So I think this is going to be a big bounce back game for Suns. They absolutely got slaughtered last week. So very much a similar situation on Western Bulldogs. They really need to pull it all together. We can see Kobe McKercher here has got a good role at halfback, which is nice. We can see Powell is playing half forward again. Probably not going to get that much CBA time. We can see Will Phillips is also playing up in the mid. So this is like questionable because I think people were expecting Phillips to come in and sit more halfback in the back line, but that's okay. Harneman one to watch. I think that's really about it. West Coast Eagles, obviously Yo's out. Waterman injured, so that's forward option, no longer an option, is interesting. New rook, so potentially something to look for. Fairly sure he is a defender. Collingwood, yeah, this is a Sunday game, so nothing like crazy to really talk about. Outside of Nick Dacos being a solid C option as well, if you've got Reed like I do, we're hoping for a really big game to get some more cash in again. If we see another like sub 70, you could potentially look at trading them out. So, yeah, I'm not really sure if there's anyone else to really talk about from. Garvin's still in there, but your main 2 players were like Yo and Reed, and one of them's already out. So, yeah, we've got a few things. Sullivan's second game in, so this will be good to watch for Collingwood too. And he's a very cheap midfield rookie, so if he plays well, it might be worth watching. And then the last game, out of all things. So we'll blaze through, blaze through this one. Brisbane's obviously riddled with injuries after last week. So not good. Zorko's got the fullback position. That's pretty good. If he pops off this week and smashes his 100 break even, not good for non-owners. But we're hoping he does okay. Not bad enough to question the form, but happy enough to see it and then still pick him up slightly cheaper. Dunkley and Neil, ones to keep eyes on. I think they're about to jump up. I think Dunkley's about to jump up to like 620 plus. So, yeah, this is a hard watch because we kind of targeted him as a pod and we didn't pull the trigger. That's okay. Anyone else? We got a Shadow Brain is debutant, something to look out for. Bruce Reville is also one to watch. Now it's good that he's named full forward, along with we've got Loman there and Danaher, but will be his second game as well, so one to watch for some downgrade options next week. That's pretty much it, guys. We're gonna quickly look at our team. So we've got Howes on emergency, got 54. His break even was 24. Just got more. Pretty sure. I think that was 56, but I think he's projected. So he'll go up to just under 3. Who do Melbourne have next? They got West Coast now. So I think Howes is definitely a hold for West Coast and St Kilda. We got Dale, who we brought in, so he's got 55 break even. I expect him to go well against Richmond. Ollie. Good old Clarry. Now, I wasn't planning on bringing him in at all. I was going to go Ryan and Jones, but kind of looking at Ryan's matchup against Sydney doesn't do too well. Heaney doesn't do too well either against Freo. So we're kind of hoping here that we save some cash, make some moves, and hopefully Heaney doesn't make his break even, which is definitely possible by all means, because his break even's 135. What's his averaging? 8 season stats, my boy. I'm so over this fucking layout. Does my head in. 5-round average is 128, so there are all chances he can do that. But he's been just turning up the last couple of weeks, so we'll see what happens there. But Heaney's definitely still a target. But yeah, so people might be looking at Clarry's score and performance of last night, and if you brought him in, you were happy. If you didn't bring him in, you're still on the fence. Like, I don't think he got your answers. I brought him in because I have been obviously, as we've seen earlier in this season so far, we've been trying to pay for uber primos and top picks and stuff like that, and it's just hurt us with our cash gen and ability to really upgrade around the field evenly. So I'm trying to shift that at the moment and jump onto some value picks. Excuse me. Try and jump on some value picks. So Dale, still a decent value pick, considering what's there. Him and Sinclair are probably like your value picks for this week. Even Martin's still pretty much a value pick. He's almost full primo price, but and then obviously Clarry, great value, under 500k. You just kind of have to take that stint. I'm happy with his performance. Pass the eye test, 87. I'm happy with M8. I think that's totally fine. Obviously, we know his ceiling is like 140, which is crazy. So even just having someone who's got a floor of say 80, but a ceiling of 140, I'm happy because we've got like Sarong, Merritt, Bont, Butters, Green. We've got enough players to really cover any potential bad games. I think that's fine. But yeah, so our trades, we'll see how they go. Graham obviously got dropped. Biggie got dropped 2 weeks in a row now. So we're going to see how Gussie goes tomorrow. He's obviously playing early at 145. Then we've got Jones playing at 435. So we'll have to do a quick little swap if we want Garcia's score before end of game, which would be interesting and fun. Hopefully I'm on the ball and don't forget. But just hoping for a big game from Jackson, to be honest, because I have a feeling a few people will be copying a few donuts this week. So let me know how to go with your team sheet trades. Obviously, team sheets ultimately kind of lock you in and finalize your trade ideas and trade plans. So what did you do after team sheets? Did you panic? Did you hit the panic button like I did and then just do a trade that you thought was going to give you value? Because that's what I did, and we're still yet to see if it pays off. I won't know until fucking Saturday night. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the team sheets. Have you had to alter your plans? And yeah, good luck. Good luck for the rest of the round, guys. I'll see you on Sunday.